Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Dustin Smith, and I am going to introduce to everybody an exciting opportunity for those that have always desired to learn how to read New Testament Greek. Yes, I'm going to offer a summer school here in the summer of 2025, and I think that it's going to be exactly what a lot of people need, at least from my experience of teaching New Testament Greek. So let me tell you a little bit about my background when it comes to New Testament Greek. So I started taking Greek courses over 20 years ago, in around the year 2003, 2004, something like that. And I've had the opportunity after going and getting my education, and I've had the privilege to teach Greek in a variety of places. I've taught Greek at three different institutions, and I've taught at the undergraduate level, and I've taught at the graduate level. I've taught in an intensive summer school format. I've also taught in 15-week long semester formats. I've taught a Greek 1 class, a Greek 2 class, and a Greek 3 class. So I've got a good feel for the best way to convey this sort of information to people. And I've figured out what works and what doesn't work. And I am taking that and I'm going to offer it to basically anyone who's interested in learning at what I think is a very reasonable rate. Okay, so when is this Greek summer course going to take place? Well, if you want to tune in live for the lectures, then the dates are going to be April 28th through June 21st, 2025. That's why it's called the summer school. And this is going to be a 13-week course, and it's effectively going to be what a Greek 101 class would be at the undergraduate and also at the graduate level. So typically, you need two semesters worth of Greek in order to be able to pick up a Greek New Testament and to basically read it by yourself. Okay, we can't do that in one semester. We can't do that in 13 weeks. Nobody can do that in 13 weeks. It's just too much information. And I've seen various institutions that try to cram it all together, and students are just they're not happy. They're nearly drowning in all the information, and it's not an enjoyable experience. And I want this to be an enjoyable experience. I want to build up people's confidence. I don't want to tear people down. So, if you're able to make these times, the classes, by the way, are going to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. They're going to be in the evening. They're going to be from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. EST. Now, if you live in a different place in the country or live outside the United States, you're going to need to adjust EST time to whatever time zone you have. And all the lessons are going to be recorded. So if you can't attend a couple of them live, or if you want to take this at a different time, you can't actually do it during the summer, you want to take this at your own pace, that's fine. The lectures are going to be made available to people as well. This, of course, is going to be an online class, an online Zoom class. And so the location is going to be Zoom. So it doesn't matter if you don't live where I live. I, of course, live in South Carolina. But if you live in California, or if you live in Texas, or if you live in Georgia, or if you live in New York, or if you live over in the UK or in Australia, or wherever you live, you can actually attend this live. So the cost of this class, I think, is going to be extremely fair because the cost of this course, this is effectively a 3-hour course at the graduate level, and something like that would cost you around $900. This course would cost you $900. I am charging a lot less than that. I'm going to charge $200. And because of the nature of the course, this course is going to be non-refundable. If you are interested in doing it, just send your money in to the PayPal account that you see there, and make sure that you identify your name and the fact that it's for the summer Greek course. And that way I can kind of reserve your spot for this. There is going to be a limited number of spots that we're going to have for this because I can't have so many people to where it is disruptive in a live class. So I want the people that are actually taking this class to get the personal interactions that I think a lot of people need when it comes to learning a new language. They need someone to sit along beside them and to help them and to hold them accountable and to work with them and to make sure that they are going in the right way. And when it comes to learning Greek, the best thing that you could have is actually somebody there that is able to make sure that you're doing it right, that you're saying things correctly, so that you're not learning bad habits and so that you're not learning things incorrectly that is just going to make it difficult for you down the line. So, what are the benefits to a class like this? Well, there are going to be no required textbooks. The textbook that I'm going to use, I'm going to provide on the screen for you to see. If you want to order that textbook, you are more than welcome to. That particular textbook is going to be this one right here, Learn to Read New Testament Greek by David Allen Black. This is the third edition. It's like $18 new on Amazon. Or you can get a Kindle edition and it's cheaper than that. Or you can get a used copy. I checked the used copies, they're $8. This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. Okay. But I have taught out of this textbook many, many times. And I know that it works. I know it's really good. I know that's very user friendly with people from all ages. I've taught people as young as 16 years old. I've taught people as old as 70 years old, and this textbook really, really works well with them. So I know it really well, and I will stand behind it. There are other textbooks that we could use, but this is the one that I've used more than the others. There are no prerequisites, okay? You don't have to know anything about Greek at all. You don't have to know anything. You could be someone that just is just interested in taking another language. That's fine, okay? I will tell you that the difficulty of learning New Testament Greek is about the difficulty of learning Spanish. Okay. And Spanish is actually considered to be one of the easiest languages to learn. Okay. The other thing is that you'll be able to learn at your own pace. So, of course, if you want to attend the live sessions because you want the personal interaction, you want the feedback, you want to be able to ask questions, and I'll be able to answer them, then, of course, you're able to do that. But if you can't make it on all those times, or if you want to do this at your own pace, if you want to say, okay, I want to make sure that I cover this amount of material before I move on to the next thing, you're able to do that as well. And the lectures will be made available to you. And I'm going to make myself available to interact with you, to answer your questions, and of course, to answer all of your emails as long as you need. Of course, you'll be able to ask me questions, and I'm going to make myself available for those people. And I think one of the key things that this is going to help you to apply Greek to your biblical Unitarian faith. Okay, so this is going to strengthen your faith. I am 100% convinced that the best college or graduate level classes that you could take as a biblical Unitarian would be foreign language classes, as that means Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic. So Greek, of course, covers the New Testament. It also covers the Septuagint, the Greek version of the Old Testament. And we all know that the New Testament is where all the controversy is anyways. So knowing Greek, I think, is really, really, really going to strengthen your ability to study the scriptures, to exegete the scriptures, to provide better sermons, to be able to make better arguments, to be able to learn the sort of arguments that other people are making and to discern whether those arguments are actually good and powerful and logical, or whether the people making the arguments really are just making up rules as they go along. You'd be surprised how often that happens because some people just don't know any Greek and they just say things and they don't know what they're talking about. Homework for this class is going to be completely optional. If you want to do the homework, which is going to help you to memorize and to do these things, I will grade your work and I will give you personalized feedback. If that's something that you want, I will give that to you. I will make the time for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have on the first day of the week, on Monday, we're going to introduce a new topic. We'll go through the textbook, we'll talk about it, and we'll introduce new vocabulary, and we'll have some homework assignments that are actually given. And then on the next couple of days, what we'll do is we'll actually go through those assignments. We'll read through them. We'll talk about what the answers are. If anyone has a question as to why I gave a particular answer as opposed to their answer, we can answer that. We can go through it, because I think it's not just about giving you work to do or giving you flashcards. It's actually giving you that feedback that's really helpful. That's having that person alongside you to help you to go through the Greek text and to learn this new language step by step, because that's what it is. Like, you have to learn this one step at a time, and there's quite a bit that you have to learn before you can actually pick up a Greek New Testament and to start to make sense of it. There's a lot of just basic grammar that we really need to work through. So if you want to get the most out of it, do the homework. Okay, but you're not going to fail the class. You're not going to get a grade on anything. I'll just show you, hey, this is something where you need to give a little bit more attention to. Maybe run this through the flashcards a few more times, and I'll be able to give you that personalized feedback that people really, really value when it comes to learning a new language. So, tentative schedule, of course, barring lots of things. Some people know that I'm actually expecting our second child. That child is not due until long after this class is going to be done, so that should not affect anything here. But who knows? Tentative schedule. We never know what's going to happen, and this is kind of what I'm thinking. So these are all weeks. So week 1, of course, is going to be again. Each week we're going to be meeting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. EST. So these are the dates for that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and this is where we're going to be doing during those weeks. So I'm starting it off kind of slow, building up people's confidence. We're going to be learning the alphabet, and we're going to be learning the modern Greek alphabet. So those that are interested in taking this and they want to kind of get a head start, there are plenty of YouTube videos that will teach you the modern Greek alphabet, and we're going to learn about pronunciation, and I'm going to work with people. If people have bad pronunciation or poor pronunciation, I'm going to try to correct that, because that's not the kind of thing you want to learn incorrectly from the first week. We're going to learn modern Greek diphthongs. We're going to talk about different Greek New Testaments and why you need to know the difference between them and why they matter. We're going to learn how to look up words in a lexicon, what a lexicon is, which lexicons are good, which lexicons are not so good. We're going to learn the value of the TD&T, the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament, and a variety of other things. Towards the end, we'll just do some introduction to verbs, because I tend to find that you can't teach Greek grammar to people if they don't know their English grammar very well. And for whatever reason, a lot of people just have not been taught, or they've forgotten a lot of the technical points of English grammar. So we'll do that. And then starting in week 2, we're just going to hit the ground running. Okay. We're going to do present and future active indicative verbs. You're going to learn 2 different types of verbs there. Very, very common. Week 3, nouns in the second declension. Week 4, nouns in the first declension. If you have no idea what a declension is, don't worry. We're going to learn all about that, okay? We don't have different declensions in English, but they most certainly do in Greek. And it's just going to help you to organize various endings for you to learn so that you can make sense of a certain category of nouns. We'll move to adjectives in week 5. We'll look at the imperfect and aorist active verbs in week 6. We'll learn about prepositions in week 7, pronouns in week 8. We'll learn about the perfect and the pluperfect, active, indicative in week 9. We'll look at demonstrative pronouns, this and that. That's what demonstrative pronouns are. The present, middle, passive, indicative verbs in week 11. And then in week 12, a lot of these have similar endings, so it's best to kind of put them all together. We'll do the imperfect, middle, passive. We'll do aorist, middle. We'll do pluperfect, middle, passive. And then week 13, which is just one day, Monday, July 21st, we'll have a final exam. Again, completely optional. But if you're the kind of person that wants to get the most out of this, then it's actually best to be able to be held accountable for the work that you're doing, and just to actually have a test to make sure that you've actually been maintaining and keeping all of this stuff. And depending on at that point, if there is more demand, so I put here at the bottom, optional second semester if the demand is actually present. And as I mentioned before, this is going to cover the equivalency of the first semester of what really should be a 2-semester course. You need 2 semesters of Greek in order to be able to pick up a Greek New Testament and be able to read it all by yourself. And that's, I think, the goal of people that are learning New Testament Greek, is that they want to be able to pick up a New Testament and they want to be able to read devotionally. They'll want to be able to pick up and read it and actually make sense out of what's actually there. You need 2 semesters to do that. You cannot do it in 1 semester. I mean, you have to be a robot to be able to do it in 1 semester. I've just found that even the smartest people, they can't absorb that much information all in 1 semester. It's not fun. I want this to be fun. I want to build up people's confidence. This is something that people can do. And if this sounds like something that you're interested in, this Google document is going to be attached to this video, so you can check in. If you got any questions, just let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And hopefully this has piqued your interest for those that are really interested in learning New Testament Greek, and I will see you in the summer. So take care, and we'll see you next time.